God says, "My child, come closer. Be still for a moment. Let your heart slow down, because what I am about to tell you is not meant for rushed ears or distracted thoughts. This message has found you because something is shifting in the unseen, and your soul is ready to receive it. My child, I know you have been feeling a strange mix of hope and exhaustion. Some days you feel strong, telling yourself you are fine, that you can wait, that you have learned how to live with unanswered questions. And other days, your heart feels heavy without any clear reason. You wonder why thoughts of one person keep returning, why memories rise up when you least expect them, why your chest feels tight as if something wants to be said but cannot yet be spoken. You tried to ignore these feelings. You told yourself not to expect too much. You even prayed to stop hoping at times because hope felt painful. But hear me now, those feelings were not random. While you were learning patience, while you were teaching yourself how to survive the silence, your soulmate was carrying something inside their heart. Something good. Something joyful. Something meant for you. They have been holding it in for so long that even they are surprised by how hard it has become to stay quiet. My child, I see them when they smile for no reason and quickly look away. I see them when their hands shake slightly as they type a message and then erase it. I see them when they practice conversations in their mind, imagining how your face will look when you finally hear the truth. There are moments when their heart beats so fast that they have to pause and breathe, reminding themselves, not yet, not yet. Because they promised me they would wait for the right moment. And I promised them I would make that moment perfect. You thought distance meant disinterest. You thought silence meant uncertainty. You thought delays meant confusion. But I tell you now, this delay was not denial. It was protection. It was preparation. It was love being shaped carefully so it would not break under the weight of the past. My child, your soulmate has good news, news they can barely contain anymore. It is not small. It is not casual. It is not something said without intention. It carries weight because it carries truth. And the reason they have struggled to hold it in is because every time they think of you, the joy rises again, stronger than before. There were times they wanted to tell you immediately. Times when they almost did. I was there in those moments. I gently placed my hand on their heart and whispered, "Wait." Not because the news was not ready, but because you were still healing. You were still learning to trust me again. You were still letting go of wounds you did not even realize you were carrying. I could not allow their words to reach you before your heart was strong enough to receive them fully. My child, you have been through disappointment that made you cautious. You learned how to smile while protecting your heart. You learned how to love quietly. You learned how to hope without speaking it out loud. I saw you choose faith even when fear tried to speak louder. That is why I tell you now. What is coming will not hurt you. It will not confuse you. It will not leave you guessing. It will bring clarity, relief, and warmth to places that have felt cold for a long time. Your soulmate knows this too. That is why they have been nervous. Not because they doubt you, but because they care deeply. They know their words will change something. They know once spoken, nothing will be the same again. And that both excites them and scares them at the same time. Love does that, my child. Real love does not rush. It respects timing. It honors growth. There were nights when they lay awake thinking of you, smiling softly in the dark, holding on to the secret like a gift wrapped carefully, waiting for the right day to place it in your hands. They whispered your name in prayers you never heard. They thanked me for you even before you knew what was coming. They asked me to protect you, to strengthen you, to guide you. Because the good news they carry is meant to bring you peace, not pain. You may have noticed signs already. Small shifts. Unexpected thoughts of them. A sudden sense of anticipation without knowing why. Moments when your heart feels lighter for no clear reason. These are not coincidences. These are reminders from me that something joyful is approaching. My child, do not doubt yourself for feeling this way. Do not silence your intuition. I placed that knowing inside you. I allowed your spirit to sense what your mind could not yet understand. The connection you feel is real because it was created with purpose. Your soulmate is reaching the point where holding it in feels harder than speaking. Their joy is beginning to overflow. Their heart is leaning forward toward you. And I am guiding their steps carefully, making sure when they speak, the words land gently, clearly, and truthfully. I want you to hear this clearly: you have done nothing wrong. You did not miss your moment. You did not delay this blessing. You did not fail a test. Everything has unfolded exactly as it needed to. The waiting shaped you. The silence strengthened you. The questions taught you how to listen more deeply to me. Very soon, what has been hidden will begin to surface. What has been held back will move forward. What has been kept inside will be shared. And when it happens, you will understand why I asked you to wait, why I asked you to trust, why I asked you to keep your heart open even when it felt easier to close it. For now, my child, rest in this truth: you are not forgotten. You are deeply loved. You are being prepared for joy. And your soulmate's good news is closer than you think, closer than it has ever been before. Stay with me. This is only the beginning. My beloved child, listen to me gently now. What I am about to reveal will help you understand the quiet tension you have been feeling in your spirit. You thought the heaviness in your chest came from uncertainty, from not knowing what would happen next. But in truth, it came from a heart connected to yours, a heart that has been fighting a silent battle of its own. Your soulmate has been standing at a crossroads within themselves. On one side is the joy they feel when they imagine telling you the good news. On the other side is the fear of saying it too soon, of overwhelming you, of reopening wounds you worked so hard to heal. This inner conflict has been exhausting for them. Some days, the excitement wins. Other days, caution speaks louder. And in between those days, they ask me over and over again, is now the right time? My child, I have heard every one of those questions. There were moments when they were so close to telling you that they could almost hear your response. They imagined your eyes widening, your breath catching, your heart trying to process joy it did not expect. In those moments, they smiled without realizing it. And then doubt would creep in, whispering, what if they are not ready? What if you hurt them without meaning to? That doubt never came from lack of love. It came from respect. You see, your soulmate knows your story more deeply than you realize. They have seen your strength, but they have also seen your vulnerability. They know how carefully you rebuilt yourself after disappointment. They noticed how you learned to laugh again, how you chose peace over chaos, how you stopped chasing and started trusting. And because they value you, they refuse to treat this good news lightly. My beloved child, there were times they almost broke the promise they made to me. Times when joy spilled over and they had to physically stop themselves from reaching out. I was there in those moments, steadying their heart, reminding them why waiting mattered. Not to test you. Not to test them. But to protect what is forming. You may wonder why this waiting feels so intense, why the silence sometimes feels louder than words. It is because two hearts that are meant to align cannot stay disconnected for long without feeling the pull. Your soulmate feels it when you think of them. They feel it when you feel sudden emotion without reason. That connection has been speaking quietly between you, even while your mouths remained silent. My child, the good news they carry has reshaped how they see the future. It gave them clarity where there was once confusion. It gave them courage where there was once fear. And it gave them certainty where there was once hesitation. But with that clarity came responsibility. They understood that once spoken, this truth would demand a response, a decision, a shift. And they wanted to be sure you would not feel pressured or rushed. I have watched them practice telling you the news in different ways. Softly. Carefully. With humor. With seriousness. They replay conversations in their mind, wondering which version of themselves will make you feel safest. This is not obsession, my child. This is intention. This is someone who values your heart as much as their own. There were moments when they felt frustrated with themselves. They asked me why holding something so beautiful felt so heavy. And I reminded them that what carries destiny often feels heavy before it is released. The weight they feel is not burden. It is importance. You have felt this battle too, without fully understanding it. On days when your heart felt restless, when peace came and went like a passing breeze, it was because your spirit sensed the tension in theirs. Two hearts connected by purpose often mirror each other's emotions. That is why you felt pulled inward, reflective, sometimes emotional for no clear reason. My beloved child, do not misinterpret their silence as distance. Silence has been their way of honoring you. Waiting has been their way of loving you correctly. They did not want their words to arrive while you were still questioning your worth. They wanted to speak when you were strong enough to receive joy without fear of losing it. And now, something is changing inside them. The fear is growing quieter. The excitement is growing louder. The patience they once had is thinning, not because they are tired of waiting, but because the truth is beginning to insist on being spoken. The good news wants to be released. It wants to breathe. It wants to reach you. I tell you this so your heart can soften, not harden. So you can prepare with openness instead of anxiety. You do not need to chase. You do not need to ask. You do not need to guess. What is meant for you is already leaning toward you. Stay calm, my child. Stay grounded. Let me handle the timing. Let me guide the moment. Very soon, the silence that confused you will make sense. And when it does, you will realize that even in the waiting, you were deeply chosen. They are running out of patience to stay silent. My beloved child, now listen with your heart, not just your ears. The time has come for me to reveal something deeper, something you have sensed but never fully understood. The good news your soulmate is holding is not only about them. It is not only about their feelings. It is about you. It is about the place you hold in their life, the future they have been quietly aligning around your presence, and the prayers you whispered when you thought no one was listening. You once asked me, in moments of honesty, if you truly mattered to someone the way you hoped. You wondered if love could choose you without hesitation, without confusion, without conditions. You questioned whether the connection you felt was real or just something your heart created to survive the waiting. My child, I heard those prayers. And I tell you now, the answer was already forming while you were still asking the question. Your soulmate received a confirmation that changed everything for them. It did not come suddenly or loudly. It came gently, in a moment of clarity, when fear stepped aside and truth finally spoke. In that moment, they understood that you were not an option, not a chapter, not a lesson. You were the direction. This realization shook them in a way they did not expect. It brought joy, yes, but also responsibility. They understood that choosing you meant choosing growth, commitment, and courage. It meant stepping out of comfort and into honesty. And because they respect you, they refused to bring this truth to you until they were fully ready to stand by it. My beloved child, the good news they carry is connected to the prayers you once prayed quietly, almost apologetically. The prayers where you asked for stability instead of chaos. For clarity instead of mixed signals. For love that felt safe instead of confusing. You asked for someone who would not disappear when things became real. And while you waited, I was shaping someone who could meet you there. Your soulmate has been planning more than words. They have been thinking about steps, about alignment, about what comes after the confession. They have considered how to protect what you build together, how to honor your heart, how to move forward without repeating past mistakes. This is not an impulsive feeling. This is a decision that has been growing roots. You may be wondering why this feels overwhelming even before it has happened. It is because your spirit recognizes truth before your mind catches up. Deep connections often arrive with intensity, not because they are unstable, but because they are transformative. What is coming is not meant to simply add to your life. It is meant to shift it. There were moments when you felt unworthy of this kind of love. Moments when past disappointments whispered that good things do not last, that happiness always comes with loss. My child, those thoughts did not come from me. They came from wounds that are now being healed. The good news your soulmate carries will touch those wounds gently, not reopen them. Your soulmate knows about your fears more than you think. They sense them even when you never spoke them. That is why they asked me to help them speak in a way that brings reassurance, not shock. They want their words to feel like a soft landing, not a sudden drop. They want you to feel chosen, not pressured. I want you to understand something important now. This news will not demand anything from you that you are not ready to give. It will not rush you. It will not trap you. It will simply offer truth, and truth always gives you freedom. What you choose to do with it will be guided by peace, not fear. You have grown so much, my beloved child. You learned how to stand alone. You learned how to trust me even when nothing made sense. You learned how to let go of outcomes and focus on becoming whole. That growth is the reason this moment can now arrive. You are not the same person you were when you first started praying for love. And neither is your soulmate. The good news is also a turning point. Once spoken, it will close old doors that no longer serve you. It will quiet questions that kept you awake at night. It will remind you that waiting does not mean wasting time. Sometimes waiting means becoming ready for something real. Do not be afraid of what is coming, my child. Do not shrink yourself to stay safe. You are allowed to receive love that is clear, intentional, and sincere. You are allowed to be happy without apologizing for it. You are allowed to believe that this time, things will be different. Very soon, the words you have not heard yet will find their way to you. And when they do, you will feel a deep sense of recognition, as if something inside you says, "This is what I was waiting for. Trust me. What is coming is aligned. And your heart is ready to receive it." My beloved child, breathe with me for a moment. Let your shoulders relax. Let the tightness in your chest soften. What is approaching does not come to disturb your peace, it comes to complete it. I want you to understand how carefully this moment has been prepared, because nothing about what is coming is accidental. The confession you are waiting for will not arrive in chaos. It will not come through confusion or fear. It will come through a quiet push from me, at a moment when your soulmate can no longer ignore the pull in their heart. I am guiding them gently but firmly now. The hesitation that once held them back is losing its power. The question, "What if?" is being replaced with, "I must." You may not recognize the moment at first. It may feel ordinary on the surface. A simple conversation. A familiar setting. A calm exchange. But beneath that simplicity, something sacred will unfold. I often move in ways that do not announce themselves loudly, because truth does not need drama to be real. My child, I have been preparing your heart as well. That is why lately you have felt a strange calm mixed with anticipation. That is why old fears have not been triggering you the way they used to. That is why you have been reflecting instead of reacting. This is not coincidence. This is readiness. When the moment comes, your soulmate's voice may tremble slightly. Not from doubt, but from the weight of honesty. They will speak slower than usual, choosing their words with care. And as they speak, you may feel time slow down. You may feel a warmth spread through your chest. You may feel tears rise without sadness attached to them. That is your spirit recognizing alignment. I want you to know something important, my beloved child. You do not need to perform in that moment. You do not need to say the perfect thing. You do not need to hide your emotions or appear strong. Authenticity will be enough. Presence will be enough. Your truth will meet theirs naturally. Your soulmate has been afraid of overwhelming you. But what they do not realize yet is that you are stronger than they think. You have walked through uncertainty and learned how to stay grounded. You have survived disappointment and still chose softness. You are capable of receiving honesty without fear of losing yourself. That is why I waited until now. There may be a pause after the confession. A quiet space where both of you absorb what has been said. Do not rush to fill that silence. Let it breathe. Some truths need space to settle before they bring clarity. And clarity will come, not as anxiety, but as peace. I am reminding you now so fear does not try to speak in that moment. Fear may whisper old stories, trying to protect you by making you retreat. But remember this, what comes from me brings calm, not confusion. If you feel peace beneath the emotion, you will know this is real. Your soulmate is not asking you to leap without ground beneath you. They are extending a bridge they have been building quietly for a long time. Every delay, every silent moment, every unanswered question was part of that construction. And now, the bridge is nearly complete. You may feel the urge to look for signs, to overanalyze every interaction. Release that urge, my child. Trust the flow I am creating. You will not miss what is meant for you. You will not misunderstand what comes from truth. I will make it clear. As this moment approaches, I ask you to prepare your heart, not your defenses. Let go of expectations shaped by past pain. This is not a repetition of what hurt you before. This is a new chapter written with wisdom, patience, and intention. When the words are finally spoken, you will feel a quiet sense of arrival, as if something long awaited has finally reached home. That feeling is your confirmation. That feeling is my peace resting on the moment. Stay open, my beloved child. The timing is unfolding now. And love is moving toward you with honesty and grace. My beloved child, come rest here with me now. This is the place where waiting softens into understanding, where questions dissolve into peace, and where the road you have walked with patience finally opens into a new beginning. Everything you have felt, everything you endured, everything you trusted me with has been leading you here. When the good news is fully spoken, when the truth is no longer hidden, something deep inside you will settle. You may not even have words for it at first. It will feel like exhaling after holding your breath for a very long time. The tension you carried without realizing it will loosen. The doubts that once whispered late at night will lose their voice. And in their place, there will be a gentle certainty, quiet, steady, and warm. My child, this moment is not just about love being declared. It is about alignment. It is about two hearts finally standing in the same light, no longer guessing, no longer waiting for signs, no longer questioning intention. The good news your soulmate brings becomes a doorway. Once you step through it, you will notice how much lighter your spirit feels. You will look back at the waiting and see it differently. You will realize that the silence was shaping maturity, that the delays were building trust, and that the unanswered prayers were actually being answered in a deeper way. What once felt like loss will reveal itself as preparation. What once felt like loneliness will show itself as refinement. My beloved child, I am removing the weight of fear from your heart now. Fear that told you happiness does not last. Fear that said love always comes with conditions. Fear that warned you not to hope too much. Those fears served you once by protecting you, but they are no longer needed. This season requires openness, not armor. Your soulmate's truth will not trap you or take your freedom. It will expand you. It will invite you to grow together instead of growing alone. It will feel safe because it is rooted in honesty. It will feel stable because it is grounded in intention. It will feel different because it is different. I am blessing this connection, my child. I place my peace over it. I place my wisdom within it. I place my protection around both of your hearts. No confusion will remain. No manipulation will survive. No old patterns will repeat. What begins now begins clean. You may still feel emotion rise, joy, tears, disbelief, gratitude, all at once. Let it come. There is no need to control it. This is not weakness. This is release. This is what happens when the heart realizes it is safe to feel again. I want you to remember this always: you did not arrive here by chance. You arrived here because you trusted me when you did not understand. You chose faith over bitterness. You chose patience over rushing. You chose growth over settling. And because of that, what you receive now is not fragile, it is strong. From this moment forward, your path shifts. You will notice your thoughts becoming calmer. Your prayers becoming lighter. Your days feeling more hopeful. Even challenges will feel different, because you will no longer face them wondering if you are alone. Love brings courage, my child. Real love brings stability. I am blessing your future with clarity. I am blessing your heart with peace. I am blessing your connection with truth and longevity. No more wondering if you are chosen. No more questioning your worth. No more fearing the next step. What is meant for you has found you, and it will stay. Go forward now with a soft heart and steady faith. Your waiting was not wasted. Your tears were not ignored. Your love story is unfolding exactly as it should. And I am with you, now, always, and in every step ahead. My beloved child, stay with me a little longer. Do not think this is the end, because when truth is spoken and love is revealed, a deeper journey begins. Many think the miracle is only in the confession, only in the good news, only in the moment when words finally leave the heart. But I tell you, the greater miracle is what happens after, when two souls learn how to walk forward with wisdom, humility, and faith. I want to speak to you now about what unfolds quietly once the excitement settles, once emotions calm, and once reality begins to breathe. This is where love matures. This is where destiny takes form. After the good news reaches you, there may be moments of silence again, but this silence will be different. It will not be heavy. It will not be confusing. It will be thoughtful. Both of you will be processing what has changed, not because of fear, but because of depth. Do not misread this pause. Sacred things often ask for reflection. My child, I know you have carried a fear deep inside you, the fear that happiness can be taken away as suddenly as it arrives. This fear was born from experiences where things ended without warning, where promises dissolved, where people changed without explanation. I see that wound clearly. And I tell you now, this season is not here to reopen it. It is here to heal it fully. Your soulmate will not disappear into silence like others did. They will not retreat when reality sets in. They have already faced reality alone, in prayer, in thought, in waiting. What they bring to you now is not fantasy, it is intention. There will be days when both of you will need patience again. Love does not remove human emotion. There may be moments of misunderstanding, moments where old habits try to rise, moments where fear whispers, "Protect yourself." In those moments, remember me. Remember how carefully this connection was formed. Remember how much waiting shaped it. My beloved child, I am teaching you something important through this love: consistency. Not emotional highs, not dramatic gestures, but steady presence. That is where safety lies. And your soulmate is learning this lesson too. You will notice small changes in yourself. You will speak more honestly. You will hesitate less before expressing your needs. You will stop shrinking to keep peace. This is growth, not selfishness. Real love allows truth to breathe without punishment. I am also teaching your soulmate to love without control. To speak without fear. To stay without running. This is not something they learned overnight. This is something they learned while waiting for you, while choosing you silently, while trusting my timing even when it felt uncomfortable. My child, let me remove another fear from your heart, the fear that you must be perfect to be loved. You do not. You are loved in your becoming. You are loved while learning. You are loved even when you are unsure. This connection was not built on perfection, it was built on sincerity. There will come a moment when you look at your soulmate and realize something surprising: you feel calm. Not anxious. Not overly excited. Just steady. Do not mistake this calm for lack of passion. This calm is security. This is what your heart has been asking for all along, even when your mind chased intensity. You may grieve your old self a little, the version of you that waited in pain, that hoped quietly, that learned how to survive disappointment. That grief is natural. Honor it. But do not stay there. That version of you did its job. It carried you safely to this place. Now a new version of you is emerging, one who receives without guilt, who trusts without fear, who loves without losing themselves. This is who I have been shaping you to become. I want you to know something very clearly: this love is not meant to isolate you from me. It is meant to bring you closer. Any love that pulls you away from peace is not from me. But this connection, this one will teach you more about patience, humility, forgiveness, and gratitude than you expect. There will be days when you will need to choose understanding over ego. Days when listening matters more than being right. Days when love looks like showing up tired but willing. These choices will not drain you, they will strengthen you, because they will be mutual. My beloved child, I am placing my hand over your future now. I am blessing conversations that haven't happened yet. I am blessing decisions you haven't made yet. I am blessing moments of doubt so they turn into moments of growth instead of separation. If ever fear tries to return, remember this: what is built slowly is not easily broken. What is chosen daily is stronger than what is chosen emotionally. What is rooted in truth does not collapse under pressure. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. You are no longer asking if you matter. You are no longer standing at the door of love, wondering if it will open. You are inside now. Walk gently. Speak honestly. Love bravely, but wisely. And whenever you feel unsure, come back to me. I am still guiding this path. I am still protecting this connection. I am still walking between you, teaching both of you how to love in a way that heals rather than hurts. My child, your story is not fragile. It is becoming strong. Rest in that truth. And step forward with faith. My beloved child, remain here with me a little longer. I know your heart wants to understand everything at once, to see the full picture immediately, but some truths are revealed layer by layer, just as dawn does not rush the sunrise. What I am unfolding now is not only about love arriving, it is about love staying, growing roots, and becoming a shelter rather than a storm. You have reached a place where many prayers quietly end and new ones begin without words. You may not notice it clearly, but something inside you has already shifted. The desperation that once lived in your prayers has softened. You are no longer begging me to send love at any cost. Instead, your heart has learned to say, if it is real, let it come in peace. That maturity is precious to me. My child, after everything that has been spoken and revealed, there will come a phase where reality settles in gently. This is where many people become afraid. They think love must always feel intense to be alive. They think calm means something is missing. But hear me carefully, calm is not emptiness. Calm is safety. Calm is what your soul has been craving after years of emotional noise. There will be moments when you test this love without realizing it. You will watch closely to see if your soulmate stays consistent. You will notice how they respond when you are tired, quiet, or uncertain. This does not make you weak. This makes you human. And I want you to know, this connection can withstand those moments, because it was not built on performance. Your soulmate will also have moments of learning. They may not always express themselves perfectly. Sometimes they will need time to understand their own emotions. Do not rush them in those moments. Remember how patiently you waited for them to reach this clarity. Love does not demand instant perfection, it grows through understanding. My beloved child, I am teaching both of you how to communicate without fear. In the past, silence scared you because silence meant abandonment. Now silence will become space. A place where both of you can breathe without losing connection. This is a new language your heart is learning. You will notice that old triggers try to rise again sometimes. A delayed message. A change in tone. A busy day. When this happens, pause. Come to me before your mind creates stories. Ask me for clarity instead of assuming loss. I will guide you gently every time you choose trust over panic. This is important, my child. Do not let old pain decide how you treat new love. The person who hurt you before does not get to shape how deeply you receive now. This connection deserves to be met with presence, not suspicion. There will be conversations between you that feel deeply healing. Moments where you share parts of yourself you once kept hidden. You may speak about fears, about past disappointments, about times you felt unseen. Let those conversations happen slowly. Vulnerability is not meant to be rushed, it is meant to be honored. My child, I am also healing something else through this love, your relationship with yourself. You will stop measuring your worth by how someone responds to you. You will stop overanalyzing your words. You will begin to feel comfortable being exactly who you are, without editing your soul. This is freedom. There may come a time when you realize you are no longer waiting anxiously for reassurance. When this happens, smile gently. This is not because love has faded. It is because trust has grown. I want to speak to you about patience again, but this time from a different place. Earlier, patience was something you endured. Now, patience will be something you practice with peace. Waiting will no longer feel like punishment, it will feel like understanding that not everything needs immediate answers. Your soulmate will show their commitment not only through words, but through consistency, showing up, remembering details, choosing you even on ordinary days. Do not overlook these quiet signs. This is where real love lives, not in grand promises alone. My beloved child, I am protecting this connection from unnecessary interference. You do not need to explain it to everyone. You do not need validation from outside voices. Sacred things grow best in calm spaces. Let your joy be quiet at first. Let it deepen before you announce it. There will be a moment when you realize you are no longer afraid of losing them. Not because loss is impossible, but because you trust yourself now. You know that even if life changes, you will not abandon yourself again. This confidence is something I wanted you to learn before love arrived fully. You may still have days where emotions feel heavy for no clear reason. Do not judge yourself. Healing is not linear. Growth does not erase sensitivity, it teaches you how to hold it with grace. On those days, rest. Pray. Breathe. Let love be gentle, not demanding. My child, this connection is also teaching you boundaries. You will learn that love does not require you to give everything at once. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to ask for time. You are allowed to protect your energy. Real love respects limits. Your soulmate will learn this too. They will begin to understand that loving you means honoring your pace, not pushing you to match theirs. This mutual respect will strengthen the bond far more than intensity ever could. I want you to understand something very deeply now. This love is not here to replace me. It is here to walk alongside your faith. When both of you turn to me during confusion instead of turning against each other, you will find solutions that do not wound. There will be future decisions, about direction, about timing, about next steps. Do not let fear rush these choices. What is built with patience lasts longer than what is built with pressure. I will guide you one step at a time. My beloved child, there will come a quiet evening when you suddenly realize you feel safe. Not excited, not anxious, safe. In that moment, you may feel tears rise unexpectedly. Let them come. Those tears are not sadness. They are release. They are the farewell to the version of you that survived instead of lived. You are not behind in life. You are not late in love. You are exactly where you need to be. Every delay shaped your discernment. Every heartbreak refined your wisdom. Every lonely prayer prepared you for connection without fear. Now walk forward gently. Do not rush the story. Do not compare it to others. What I am writing for you is unique, intentional, and protected. If doubts come, return to me. If fear whispers, return to me. If joy overwhelms you, return to me in gratitude. I am still here. I am still guiding. And I am still blessing what you are building, slowly, honestly, and with love that heals. Rest now, my beloved child. Your heart is safe. My beloved child, come and sit with me one last time in this moment. Let everything be quiet now. Let the noise of expectations, fears, and questions fade into the background. What I want to give you here is not more anticipation, not more mystery, but closure wrapped in peace. You have walked a long inner journey. Not everyone saw it. Not everyone understood it. But I saw every step. I saw you choose patience when your heart wanted answers. I saw you choose kindness when bitterness would have felt easier. I saw you continue to believe in love even after disappointment tried to harden you. That alone tells me how strong your spirit truly is. Now you are standing at the edge of a new chapter, not rushing into it, not forcing it open, but entering it with wisdom. This is the difference between who you were and who you are becoming. Earlier, you wanted love to rescue you. Now, you are ready to walk beside it without losing yourself. My child, remember this truth always: love is not meant to complete you. You were already whole. Love is meant to share wholeness, not create it. That is why I waited until you remembered your worth before allowing this connection to unfold fully. There will be days ahead filled with simple joy. Ordinary moments that do not look magical from the outside but feel deeply meaningful within. Shared silence. Gentle laughter. Honest conversations. These are the signs of love that has matured beyond illusion. Do not measure your happiness by how dramatic it feels. Measure it by how safe your heart feels. Measure it by how easily you can be yourself. Measure it by how little you fear being honest. These are the markers of something real. My beloved child, if ever you feel uncertain again, do not panic. Growth does not mean doubt will never return, it means doubt will no longer control you. When uncertainty comes, let it pass through prayer, not fear. Let it lead you closer to me, not away from yourself. I am blessing your future with clarity over confusion, peace over anxiety, and truth over illusion. What you are building now does not need to be rushed or proven. It only needs to be nurtured. You do not need to relive old wounds to protect yourself. You do not need to test love to see if it will leave. You are allowed to trust again, not blindly, but wisely. Trust that has learned discernment is not weakness, it is strength refined by experience. My child, I am proud of how far you have come. Proud of the way you healed without becoming cold. Proud of the way you hoped without losing dignity. Proud of the way you waited without giving up on yourself. Let go now of the version of you that felt forgotten. You were never invisible to me. Every delay was an answer shaping something better than you imagined. Every closed door redirected you toward something aligned. As you move forward, walk slowly. Listen deeply. Speak honestly. Love gently. Do not rush the unfolding. What is meant to grow will grow in its own time. And when joy comes, accept it without guilt. When love stays, receive it without fear. When peace settles, rest in it without questioning. You are safe. You are guided. You are deeply loved. This chapter closes not with uncertainty, but with calm assurance. And as you step into what comes next, know this: I go before you. I walk beside you. And I remain within you. Always.